Today we are going to be going through an amazing presentation on how to not make $1 million or any amount of dollars online.
What's wrong with you?
There are hundreds, if not thousands of ways to make money online. If there weren't, business owners wouldn't invest thousands of dollars every month into creating content, hosting webinars, and buying things online. And if anyone ever says there's only one way to build an online business, they are wrong or they're just blatantly lying to you. The reason why you're either struggling to get an online business or agency off the ground, dealing with inconsistent cash flow and low-paying clients, or hopping from business model to business model every 2 months is not because you haven't found the right one yet. Yes, some models are easier for beginners to enter and start seeing results in, while some can feel impossible because of the steep learning curve and economics not working in your favor. For example, dropshipping has really thin profit margins, it's really sensitive to rising CPMs and ad costs, it has big upfront investments, etc. But I personally know people who've built $1 million brands from $0. It can 100% be done. So the reason why you haven't seen the success you've daydreamed about is not because there are so few things that make it work, but because you've been doing, probably unconsciously, the few things to not make it work. Since if others are seeing results with the models, what's the common denominator if you fail with them? Charlie Munger, who is a previous partner of Warren Buffett and one of the best investors ever, was always a big proponent of inversion thinking.
One of my favorite tricks is the inversion process.
Inversion thinking is a mental model where you simply consider the opposite perspective. Instead of asking, how can I build a profitable online business? You ask, what could I do to make sure I don't build a profitable online business? I'm going to use inversion thinking in this presentation to pinpoint why you haven't seen the success you're hoping for and give you insights on how you can flip it around to go ahead and reach your goals, whatever they might be. So this presentation is going to be fully inverted for you to see what actually you shouldn't be doing and what you actually should be doing. If you don't know me, my name is Leevi Erla and I built a lead gen agency from $0 to $40,000 monthly revenue in about 6 months with no past experience or case studies. And I also built a client acquisition consulting agency from 0 to 7 figures in less than 12 months. Me and my team have helped, for example, Wyatt Beamer to scale his agency from $500 a month to $76,000 a month in profit in a little less than 9 months. We helped Kasper Korhonen scale Leadsify from $12,000 a month to $60,000 a month in 4 months. We helped Damien Elsing to go from collecting $10,000 a month with an agency to collecting $100,000 worth of deals in 90 days. We helped Wesley Hoang go from 0 to $10,600 a month with his agency in 60 days. We helped Joel Storher go from losing money with his paid ad agency to collecting $18,000 in 4 weeks with a brand new agency. We have Luke Piscan go from failing an SMMA agency to building a profitable $10,000 a month lead generation agency, and many other beginners getting past the $10,000 a month, and existing agency will scale past $20,000 to $50,000 a month. And you can find all of these interviews with them on my YouTube. Everything I cover in this presentation is based on my own experience and tests of what works and what doesn't. Some of the agent names are censored due to client requests. Let's get to the meat of this presentation, or how to not make $1 million or any amount of dollars online. So if you take action on these, you're guaranteed to stay exactly where you are without changing anything about the life you're currently living. What's more, you're going to waste time trying to make it work without ever getting there. So the first thing that you need to do if you want to make sure you don't make any money online is picking the most complex model, especially if you have no business experience. So if you have no experience in business whatsoever, it's a fantastic idea to pick the most complex business model and try to have once in a lifetime glow up. For example, if you have to learn paid ads and SEO, web dev, copywriting, sales, contract creation, team management, operations, finding product market fit, and many more tiny skills that have a huge impact on your business, it just makes sense to throw on even more skills since you'll be spending months, if not years, learning anyway. So raising money, hiring a team of 10, and taking more seasoned entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley with your AI startup idea is fantastic. You only need to add on hiring, fundraising, and investor relations, to name a few. Or maybe you should start dropshipping with shitty low-priced, low-quality products from China. That is another fantastic idea. You need to handle third-party logistics, you need to handle organic, email marketing, once again to name a few. Yes, to make sure you don't have any chance of succeeding with an online business, try to add as many variables to your business you've got no experience in. Second thing is get a surface level idea about the revenue generating skills and try to profit max from the start. So if your main and only reason for building a business is that you could start flexing on Instagram right away, it doesn't make too much sense to worry about getting good at the skills you need. As soon as you realize that your potential clients ready to pay you $8,000 a month are not looking for an agency who can bring them value, but this guy who has no idea what he's talking about and feels entitled to profit right from day one, they'll gladly finance your next Louis Vuitton bag. After all, if you run a service-based business like an agency, service quality itself, it's not that important, right? And if it's not important, you shouldn't spend any time working on the skills that will make your service better. Just get a rough idea how email marketing, paid ads, or cold outreach should work. Lie really hard to your clients about what results you can get and just take the profits right away. This also guarantees that you'll be in business for less than 2 months and the negative word of mouth starts working against you and you ruin your reputation. Third way to make sure that you will stay poor forever is don't immerse yourself in the industry. Exactly how Kobe Bryant never cared or thought about basketball during his free time, you should never waste your well-deserved free time on just trivial things as business, sales, and so on. After all, if just showing up to practice or NBA finals and getting out of the arena as soon as he had done the bare minimum worked for Kobe, it will definitely work for you when you're building a business. Why should you add any additional information into your brain and then letting it subconsciously make connections and patterns that help your business decisions? If you lousily give your minimal effort and get to playing League of Legends for the next 3 hours. It worked in high school and college, right? Do just enough on your assignments where your teacher doesn't get mad but never actually learn the topics. It worked, you probably graduated, and it's not like we're trying to build a real business that changes your life and provide us real value to our marketplace. We're just trying to make money by giving the minimum effort here. Number 4, always overthink every step of the way and worry about things that might happen in the future. Here's a good tip. If you're just starting out and have 0 clients, the highest leverage thing you can think about is something like, what if my clients want refund? And when you come up with an offer, let it sit on your computer for at least a week and change it around 23 times before even testing it with your potential clients or customers. The reason why overthinking and worrying is so powerful is because it will paralyze you from taking decisive action and getting direct feedback from the market that you can iterate on. If you have 2 entrepreneurs, entrepreneur number 1 waits 7 days and creates his campaigns many times over just based on his gut feeling. Entrepreneur number 2 launches his first campaign on day 1, collects data for the next 4 days, and remakes the campaigns with market feedback on day 7. The first guy is obviously way better because the second guy failed his first time around. And we don't want to get results. We want to be perfect without making any mistakes so we can stroke our egos and believe we are special. To have a 100% guarantee that you won't make business work, just overthink every step of the way and worry about things that might happen in the future. This way you won't move fast and there's a higher likelihood of you giving up, either because you're not seeing success fast enough or because the fear of potential failure is too high. Then we go into point number 5. Now once you start something new, it's always a good idea to just hope it works. Just based on the previous points, we know that you don't need to become better at your service. It should be something where the learning curve is very steep and spend more time worrying than doing. So the next natural belief you should have is not focusing on your inputs or what you do day to day. It won't make any difference in your business, and why entrepreneurs like Elon Musk work 14 hours a day is completely irrelevant. Yes, to make sure you don't succeed in business, you should simply hope that your new venture works without making it work yourself. After all, there are only few ways to make money online, so it's better to hope that you pick the right way. And if you didn't, you can just pick a new thing in a few months and start hoping again. And then step number 6 is delete everything you've done on the first sign of failure, start in a new business from scratch and repeat every 2 months. This is an amazing way to make sure that you never make any money. Now, once you realize that you didn't fail, but the business model failed you, there's really only one logical thing to do. Burn everything you've done so far to the ground. Do not learn from the failures and iterate your business based on them. And spend another few months doing the exact same things you've already done once again. Make a new logo, make a new landing page, change your offer, change your service. Don't figure out what was the bottleneck last time, and definitely don't address the skill issue that made you fail with the first thing. This way you can ensure you'll never have any breakthroughs in your business journey and you'll always spin your wheels at stage 0. You'll also get massive bonus points if you hope really hard this will work without focusing on any inputs, since you obviously already have all the knowledge and skills to make it work. So there's no point whatsoever to think about learning more, growing as an entrepreneur, and accepting that you might not be as good as you think yet. So yeah, here we're getting really good at ruining every business idea before they even start so far, but I can't not talk about the big one, which is don't ever invest in help or business related expenses. And finally, if you've done everything we've talked about so far and you're still afraid you might accidentally build a $10,000 a month business. Don't worry, because this point guarantees you'll stay exactly where you are. Don't ever invest in outside help or business related expenses. Of course, we don't want to actually build a business. We just want the cash to feel good about ourselves and flex on IG for baddies. So it doesn't make any sense to reinvest your cash into team members or better software for your business. After all, it takes away the money you could spend on fancy dinners and Louis Vuitton bags and at the club on bottle service. You should never ever invest in mentorships, coaching or consulting, because the people who did succeed are obviously just lucky. And the people ahead of you who've done it over and over again are just super lucky. Why would you even entertain the idea that they might have gone through thousands of failures and tests to find a system that just works? And if you've tried a few or many times a business already, understand that you might have a skill or knowledge gap that prevents you from seeing success. You can't take the risk of learning something groundbreaking that will help you get your business off the ground. So to summarize, if you want to make sure there's no way you can build a successful and profitable online business, just follow these steps to a T. First, pick the most complex model, especially if you have no business experience. Second, get a surface level idea about the revenue generating skills and try the profit max from the start. Third, don't immerse yourself in the industry. Fourth, always overthink every step of the way and worry about things that might happen in the future. Fifth thing, hope it works instead of focusing on the inputs, so just become a professional hope artist. Sixth, everything you've done on the first sign of failure or start in a new business from scratch and repeat every 2 months. And seventh, don't ever invest in help or business related expenses. Now, I'll make a wild assumption. Since you're watching my video, that you do, in fact, want to succeed with an online business, if I would have to guess. Build something that brings real value to the marketplace, something that lets you work on your own terms and your own schedule, and something that lets you live the life you want. If that's the case, just make sure that you avoid these 7 deadly sins and you'll be all right. Pick the most simple business model with only one skill that you need to use. For example, building a B2B lead gen agency. Don't just get a surface level idea, but get actually amazing at revenue generating skills, and don't try the profit max from the start. Actually invest in learning these things. Absolutely immerse yourself in the industry. Never overthink and never worry about the things that might happen in the future, and just focus on your actions. Don't hope it works, focus on the inputs and force it to work. On the first signs of failure, just stick through it, fix the problems, and invest in help and business related expenses. I hope you enjoyed. Like the video, drop a subscribe, and also check this video on the screen if you're interested in building a B2B lead gen agency. I pretty much give everything away for free. See you next time. Take care.